Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. Today I'm going to go over my entire Rosa Studios SRS Cinema movie collection. My collection consists of these two shelves here. I have, in alphabetical order, for the most part, Blu-rays, DVDs, and VHS. I thought today would be a good day to record this video. I have never showed in detail my entire SRS Studios collection before. I have a little bit of free time this weekend, so this is a good time for me to do it. So kick your feet back, get a beverage, get a snack. Let's go through and see the Rosa Studios movies that I have in my collection. Rosa Studios is a company that releases very low budget shot on video movies. Some of the movies that are made are shoestring budget to razor thin, almost no budget whatsoever, but these are fun movies. They put a lot of time and effort and care into their releases, and you will see some of these covers are beautiful. But like I was saying, I do have them in order for the most part. I have a little bit of Blu-ray section here, and I have some DVDs here, and then I have a second shelf with VHS on it. So let's take a look and see what these movies are. The first one is called Blood Cove, and it also comes with Blood Cove 2, Return of the Skull. This is one of their more recent releases. Next one is called Camp Murder. I enjoyed this one. I really like kind of backwoods slasher movies, and it doesn't matter to me if they're low budget or micro budget. It still had some pretty good killing effects, some pretty good gore in it. It was a fun watch. Next one's called Cannibal Cop. This one's called Channel 13. This is a horror anthology, and the movies are kind of made to look like they were produced in the 1970s. Pretty good movie, pretty good anthology. This one's called Daddy. I have yet to watch this one, but it looks like it kind of reminds me of like a Madman Mars type movie or Slaughterhouse type movie. Next one's called Dead Silence. Death Reel. These are movies from the Polonia brothers. And these were movies that were recorded between the years 1983 and 1985. And the Polonia brothers were pretty much pioneers in the shot-on-video genre. Next one's called Easter Bunny Bloodbath. I happen to really enjoy the holiday-themed horror movies. Next one is called Empire State of the Dead. Another take on the zombie genre. This one came out in 2016. Here's a title for you, Gore Horror. This one came out in 2015. Awesome cover. And we have Gorgasm, another great title. And you have to know what you're getting into when you watch these type of movies. Like I said, they're very low budget. The acting is very subpar, but there's a lot of fun to be had when you watch these type of movies if you keep an open mind. Let's see here if I can. Alright, this one's called Hellbox. This was one of the latest releases that I picked up. I got this about a couple months ago maybe. It's a movie from 2021. Looks like it has some pretty good practical effects in it. I think that monster looks pretty cool. Here's another holiday themed movie called Hell on the Shelf, kind of a take on the Elf on the Shelf. This one came out in 2021 as well. Here's one that I helped to crowdfund. Ron Bonk is the owner of SRS Cinema, the Sub Rosa Studios. He directed this movie and he had a crowdfunding for it, so I helped out with that, and I got this. This is the only movie I have from the company with a slipcover. I'm not going to pull it out. It's kind of tight, but it's pretty cool. It's a nice looking slipcover. Pretty creative. Next one's called Killing Spree. This was a limited edition director's cut. The cover looks really amazing. And this is probably a good example of when the cover is better than the movie. These are Marcus Cook movies. This is a double feature called White Massacre and Lunch. These are the very early works of Marcus Cook, and he has gone on to be a very excellent movie director. He's very much known for his gory, kind of shockingly gory movies. Here's another double feature. This was one of the very earliest pickups that I ever had from this company. It's called Lethal Nightmare and Hallucinations. I think a lot of these are sold out. The thing about this company is they do release a lot of movies, but they release them in very limited quantities. A lot of the limited edition Blu-rays are maybe a couple hundred. And then some of the VHS, which we'll get into in a little bit, some of them are 20, 25 that they're limited to, and when they're gone, they're gone. So here's one called Massage Parlor of Death. I watched this one. I thought it was pretty good. Nightmare Vacation. Nights of Doom. I think this one had a kind of a bigger release, where a lot of these you can only get these online at the Sub Rosa Studios website, which I will leave the link down below if you guys want to go check it out. But I think this one had a broader release. Like you could even get this one on Amazon, I think. That was one of their better sellers. This one's called Prison of the Psychotic Damned. There's a title for you. Beautiful cover, too. That is unrated. Here's another Christmas-themed holiday slasher, Psycho Santa 1 and 2. You get both of them in this release. I think these are sold out. This one is called She Kills. Kind of a revenge type movie. A rape revenge. Another Christmas-themed horror movie called Sister Krampus. Next one is called Slaughter Drive. Okay, so moving along here, we have Tainted Blood. Again, if I always say this in my videos, but if you guys can suggest anything to me that I should pick up from the company, let me know. I do have a couple on my wish list that I don't have yet. This one's called Teenage Slumber Party Nightmare. And that was it for the Blu-rays. Now we will get into this little section here of DVDs. This one is called American Gore Stories, Best of Shot on Video. This is volume 4. Kind of move those a little bit. And you get 4 unique and original tales of terror shot on video in the 1990s. And you can see the cover art for the 4 movies. You get Vicious. It's called The Vicious Suite. Shattered Dead, The Pact, and Twisted Illusions. Pretty cool. It's kind of a comic book style cover to it. Next one is called Close Encounters of the Inbred Redneck Kind. And you'll notice that there's a lot of really ridiculous titles in the company too. They kind of remind me of the company called the Sleazebox. I'm sure some of you guys are familiar with that. This one is called Evil Dead, Inbred Rednecks. And it comes with a bonus movie called I Spit Chew on Your Grave. Some of these movies are legit attempts at trying to make a good horror movie, and some of them are just corny and over-the-top ridiculousness. This one is called Gut Pile. Next one is called Intercessor, Another Rock and Roll Nightmare. Kiss Daddy Goodbye. Looks like a killer kids movie. Marilyn Burns is in that one from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. She played Sally Hardesty. This movie came out in 2007. Killer kid movie. Here's one called Moist Fury. Here's a double feature called Investigates and Alone in a Haunted House. Haunted America. Paranormal Investigating. Came out in 2009. Now these two aren't in alphabetical order, but they go together, so I put them together on the shelf. And this is called Terror at Blood Fart Lake. 2009. And then there was a sequel called Return to Blood Fart Lake. Kind of a creature feature, low budget monster movie. Then there's a box set called, this is volume 1 of American Gore Stories, Serial Killers Gone Wild. Pretty cool box. And you get 4 movies. Is it 4 or 5? Looks like 5. You get, hold on a second. You get Horror Rock. You get a Grindhouse special feature called I Spit Chew on Your Grave. You get Midnight 2, Sex, Death, and Videotape. You get Clay. And you get Holla If You Hear Me Kill You. Maybe I'll pull these out so you can see what the covers look like. And you can probably hear a lot of explosions in the background. There's people outside lighting off fireworks. So here's the horror rock one. And here's I Spit Chew on Your Grave. Midnight 2, Sex, Death, and Videotape. That one is from John Russo, who was one of the original writers for Night of the Living Dead with George A. Romero. We have Clay. And the last one. Holla if you hear me kill you. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll die. And here's the box again. The box is very, very thin. I kept that plastic on the outside just to kind of protect the box a little bit longer. It's very, very, it's paper thin. I don't even think it is cardboard. Then I have, for some reason I have two of these. I don't know why. This is called Savage Holocaust. 6 Tales of Depraved Horror. It's a nice little box set. Comes in the fat pack. And you get Satan Claus, Psycho Santa, Campfire Tales, Vampire Junction, FAQ, and Binge and Purge. This one came out in 2010. I don't know how I got hold of 2 of these. I must have had one and then forgot about it and bought one on sale maybe, I'm not sure. Here's one called Synchronicity. A comedy about love, life, and insanity. And the last one for the DVDs is called Zombie Jamboree. It is a look back at the 25th anniversary of Night of the Living Dead conventions, which is pretty cool. You can see George A. Romero there, Gunnar Hansen, Tom Savini. I like this one a lot. That's pretty good. All right, so I'm going to pause it here, and then we will get into the VHS. Okay, getting into the home stretch here, I'll show these VHS, and then we will call it a night. First one's called Dead Silence. And like I was mentioning before, these are very limited in quantity. And sometimes you will actually mark them. It looks like that one, I don't know if you can see on the bottom, it says this is number 6 of 100. But they're even more limited than that sometimes. Sometimes there's only 15 or 20 or 25. This one's pretty good here. This is the Detroit Driller Killer. I think this one sold out really fast. See, this one was limited to 25. I got number 23. If you could find this out there cheap enough on the secondary market, I would say grab it. We have Frames of Fear. Another great cover. Another one that was limited to 25. I like that color with the purples. Purples and the blacks look good together. Here's a Herschel Gordon Lewis movie called the Gorgor Girls. This one was limited to 50. I got number 25. Very gory movie, of course. Herschel Gordon Lewis was the Splatter King. Here's Gore Horror. This one was limited to 150. This one's called Gorgasm. Limited to 100. I got 15. And we have Gorotica. Limited to 150. I got number 59. Grindsploitation, the movie. Limited to 30. I got number 11. Harvest of the Dead. This one was limited to 25. I got number 21. the unrated director's cut of Live Feed. I think this was kind of a snuff film type movie. 11 of 25 made. Night of Something Strange. This one was limited to 30. I got number 1. I don't know if you can see that. That's pretty cool. Then this is a double billing of Sex Squatch and Return to Bloodstool Creek. Sex Squatch 1 and 2. This one was limited to 26. I got number 3. I don't know how they come up with their numbers for that. Like, I don't know how it came to be 26. Maybe they just took the order and they only had 26 orders. I'm not sure. This one's called She Kills. I have this also on Blu-ray. Number 11 of 30. Here's another good one called Vampire Cop. This one is not numbered. Let's see if it's numbered on the inside. Yeah, this one doesn't have a number on it. The flash really washes that out, but it's a white tag, a white label. It says Vampire Cop. So I do not know what that was limited to, but it did sell out pretty quick. And here's another Herschel Gordon Lewis movie called The Wizard of Gore. This one was limited to 50. I got number 23. And those are it for the clamshells. And then I have 3 big boxes. That's another Herschel Gordon Lewis movie called Blood Feast. And this one was limited to 100. I got number 92. The Godfather of Gore, Herschel Gordon Lewis. Then I have Chainsaw Killer. I know this one sold out. Don't know what it was limited to, but it was a very low quantity. And then here's that movie that I helped to crowdfund, House Shark. This is the big box VHS. So that was it for the Sub Rosa Studios collection. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave those below. Let me know what you think I should grab. Hopefully I gave you some suggestions, some things to pick up for your collection. Take care, and I will see you guys next time. Later.